This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah.
Log on and join our live conversation.
Know that you can't control yourself? That is embarrassing. Okay.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Friday, January 4th, and we are live and talking about what you guys are talking about. And right now, I'm here with Stephanie and Brandon. Erica is out on assignment. My name is Big Jeff, and we're about to get started.
Hashtag Big Jeff in the house.
This just in, Variety is reporting that the Oscars are willing to bring back Kevin Hart as host if he's up for it. This comes after he appeared on Ellen today. She's campaigning for Kevin to reconsider hosting the Oscars, saying she even called the Academy on his behalf. Wow. Ellen also tells Kevin not to give in to the haters and trolls. Watch.
Somebody has to take a stand against the quote-unquote trolls. You have to.
Right, but they're going to win if you don't host the Oscars.
And Kevin has apologized for his homophobic comments both in the past and again more recently, but many are slamming Ellen for minimizing his critics. BuzzFeed News reporter Adam Very tweets, "People who brought up Kevin's past tweets, like me, were not as Ellen's characterized as haters. The host of the Oscars had made anti-gay jokes, and LGBT people who love the Oscars were legitimately startled to see just how harsh his words were." And another tweets, Ellen giving homophobes the ability to say, but what Ellen said is okay is a massive bleeping betrayal.
Yeah, and as a brother to a sister who is LGBT, I can see why they would be upset with that. Like, I don't understand why Ellen would kind of dismiss that and just call them haters or trolls. What I would like to see, and that's just me, is if she had some sort of discourse with him, some sort of conversation with him, and kind of rehashed it, but allow him to be like, hey, I've made my peace, I've said what I had to say. But I think this is it's a full ruse. They're going to host the Oscars together.
Really?
You heard it here first. Brandon London TV. You heard it here first.
Renaming the show. All right. What do you think?
I feel for Kevin Hart because I feel as though he's changed. I feel as though everyone makes mistakes. Everyone says things at certain times and has to be educated to know what's right and wrong. And he's been there. He's done that. Ellen herself is gay. So I feel like if she's open and accepting of this and she can accept his apology, I think all of us should too. But I do think Brandon is right. And I do think this is a big PR stunt and they're magically going to come out together.
But you can see why people will be upset because I understand you're saying, okay, Ellen's gay and she's like one of the leaders of the LGBT community, but that's like someone saying, that's like you saying something and be like something racist and be like, oh, Brandon's my black friend, that's my black friend, you know what I'm saying? So you can see why people would be upset.
I understand why people were upset, but this was years ago. And he's changed and he's developed. And I mean, if anyone understands the power of the media and how much it can hurt you for being in the LGBT community, it is Ellen. She lost her job over this. So I think if anyone understands that community and what it means in the media, it is her.
And he did give a quote, I believe it's to Variety, saying the only time he's going to walk back onto that stage is when he wins an Oscar.
When he wins it.
So I don't know if that goes well with your...
But that's his dream job, though, Jeff. Like he said, that was one of his dream things to do. I think he said that just out of spite, being upset. But like I said, watch. Ellen.
All right.
Hey.
You heard it first here on Brandon London TV.
Brandon Levin.
Levin London. All right. Right now, Scott Disick is getting slammed on social media. He's the father of Kourtney Kardashian's children, in case you didn't know. He's in hot water for this picture with his daughter, Penelope. He posted it on Instagram with the caption, "Best first date of 2019. Now people are coming after him, and one user comments, as an Asian American, I am offended. Setting an example is what adults should do, but some fans are also coming to Scott's defense. On this side, one user writes, absolutely nothing about this is racist. I am Asian. I know that there is nothing wrong with the face she is making. If you're this sensitive, you should probably not be on the internet." So both sides to this. I mean, if there's anyone to blame here, I would say it's Scott Disick in this, being a father, and just this is a teaching moment for me. I don't know if this is going or dipping my toes in water I don't belong. That's not even a saying. But would this be bad if there was no chopsticks on there? It wasn't an Asian restaurant. Would the child, Penelope, just be making a face. But if I was a parent and I wasn't an Asian restaurant and my son did that, I'd say, listen, I don't know what you're trying to do here. It would be a teaching moment for me.
I agree with you. I do think that if they hadn't have been in the restaurant and they weren't chopsticks involved and she's just like pulling a face, people probably wouldn't have said what they are. But I do think you have to be aware, and I do think it can be offensive to other people. And he's in a position of great power and with hundreds and thousands and millions of people looking at his page every day, and that can be really offensive. I think he needs to be more aware of that.
Yeah, I just look at it. Remember that cartoon drawing of Serena Williams that kind of depicted her as the mad black woman with the lips and the big booty?
I think it's different
that far.
Yeah, I think that's different.
I don't want to go that far, but at the same time, if there are a lot of people who are like, if you're going to be upset about that culture being offended, you have to be upset about this culture being offended.
Fair.
But now in 2019, when don't we get offended?
We're all offended. I
big
think it was a learning moment.
Yeah.
Again, maybe people are going to be offended about me just saying that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
That's right, Jeff. Justin Timberlake is bringing his tour back. He's hitting the road again. Now, you remember he might have postponed some shows due to some vocal cord injuries, but now he's hyped for the new shows. Check out the video he posted.
We're back. Can't wait. I'm excited. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yeah. All day. All day.
Let's go. Let's go. His Man of the Woods tour goes until mid-April, and he promises to make up all the shows he missed.
Good for JT.
Yeah, I love
Future,
him.
sex, love, sound. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, look at Brandon go.
JT, come on now.
Heard it first at Brandon London TV.
Don't tell me Justin Timberlake, Future Sex Love Sound was one of the best albums ever. That was one of the best albums ever.
Wow.
No,
Thank you.
Justified
There you
was the
go.
best
There have been
album.
babies made to that album.
I think Justified was better.
I like Insane.
Justified.
River. Ooh.
All right, we're going to move on.
After that,
We all remember that, but do you guys remember Brian Dunkleman? Do you guys remember that name? All right, I'm going to tell you who that was. He co-hosted American Idol Season 1 with Ryan Seacrest. That's Ryan Seacrest
Wow, look
right
how
there.
baby they are.
That was in 2002. He walked away, Brian Dunkleman did, from the job to pursue an acting career, but now he's an Uber driver, and Brian took to Twitter to explain. He says he started driving Uber for his son, and goes on to say, quote, I make over $1,000 on a good week. But would Brian be in this position if he hadn't walked away from American Idol? And have you ever made a decision like this to completely change your life? Before you guys answer this, I just want to give a shout out to Brian Dunkleman. I think he's a man, I think he's a father, and I think anyone in his position, he did the right thing. You do whatever you have to do to take care of your children, and that's what I want to say first. First things first, I want to give my shout out to him. But did you guys ever make a decision like this in your life that totally changed your life?
You want to go? I think when I was in the CFL, I was making six figures. You know, I was a starter, I was full-time starter. This is 2015, and I retired right there in the middle of camp because I wanted to go to LA and I wanted to pursue the TV thing. Now, I fell on my face when I got out there. I didn't want to spend my NFL or CFL money, and I was doing odd jobs from anything from personal training. I was having to be up at like 4 or 5 in the morning to get to Malibu to open up the gym for workout classes. I absolutely hated myself, but at the end, I persevered. You know, I got an agent, and then, you know, now I have this gig, and I got the New York Giants gig as well. But like you said, this guy's taking care of his child.
Yep.
I dare someone who owes child support money or is a deadbeat dad to laugh at this guy. This guy's doing what he has to do to take care of his child. We need more men like that.
Absolutely.
I don't know why anyone would be laughing at him anyway. I don't think there's anything wrong with what he's doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Like you said, he's being a good dad, a good person, taking care of his family.
But, I mean, he tried, you know, he obviously was on a hit show, obviously did not know it was going to be coming into the phenomenon that it is today.
I mean, I'm not being funny, but everyone makes crazy mistakes or does things that like can take your career down different paths. Like before I worked in television, I started out on YouTube many moons ago before it was famous, and that's how I got picked up by a TV network, and I gave it up. And now when I look at my friends or the people that were doing YouTube, I mean, wow, they're like mega superstars. Yeah. But I didn't see that.
What are you talking about? You're on Daily Blast Live.
And next to @Brandon London TV, girl.
You know, it worked out well. I announcing it beside these amazing guys every day.
There
But
you
his
go.
reel should be good. You got American Idol on your reel. His reel should be good
Everybody
enough.
knows who he is. I hope he gets a comeback. DBL's live, and we'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. And coming up, a new music video from the Backstreet Boys, and it's a look for the guys, you know, you're going to have to see right here first on Daily Blast Live.
Yeah.
And Stephanie Jones gives us the skinny on what's in and what's out for 2019. You won't want to miss Fashion Fix Friday. Stick around.
Oh, yeah.
So they're just lining up a shot for me right now on this camera, so that's why I'm not looking directly at you, and it looks like I'm weird. But we were just making fun of Stephanie Jones, saying, ironically enough, we're on YouTube and Facebook right now, but she'd rather be on YouTube. She said I was just, she was, that's come off mean. And we're like, no, it didn't come off
All
mean.
my friends are YouTube stars, and I'm sitting here next to you.
Hey, Jeff, real quick, can you just take that
Yeah,
knife
what's
out
up?
my back? No, they didn't.
What were you doing on YouTube that you think people would
What were you doing
love?
on YouTube?
Oh, here she comes.
Right, Brandon knows I like cars. Most people know I do like cars, and I actually reviewed the Ferrari 458 before Top Gear or any other major person, and that is what got me a
Let them know
job.
who you are, girl. Give me your YouTube name.
Yeah, that was
I
crazy.
don't have it anymore.
Ferrari
I took it down.
458.
Yeah, I was
You
the
know
first,
the difference
first
between a
person.
4.4
Is that the zip code it lives in?
No! Anyone who knows cars will know what that is.
Whoa.
Is it a nice car?
It's an amazing car. But yeah, basically, no one knew the power of YouTube until now. But it all was for the right reason, okay? That's all I'm saying. I love you. Well,
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Stephanie Jones really wants on that YouTube channel. 2018 is behind us, which means it's time to update your closet. Now Stephanie Jones has all the trends in today's Fashion Fix Friday.
that's right. That's right, Jeff. A new year can be the perfect time to clean out your closet and make room for the latest trends. So first up, when it comes to your trousers, out with the basic and in with the bold. Now, denim is still an important staple in any closet, but don't be afraid to spice it up a bit. It's easy. Just replace your drab blue jeans with bright colors and fun patterns. And here's how you can get the look. Find bright colored ankle pants on Nordstrom for just $54. I mean, look at those jazzy yellow pants. And next, animal fur is out, but animal print is in. Let me be clear. Faux fur coats are still having a moment, but if you want to be ahead of the curve, invest in animal prints this year to bring out your wild side. My favorite print right now is snake. These patterns can really spruce up an outfit. Try it on a purse, a belt, or shoes to really make an outfit pop. And these leopard print shoes and fanny pack from Macy's will turn a regular everyday outfit into a major fashion statement. And the best part is that they're only $34. And next, ditch the store-bought jewels and gems. It's time to jump on the do-it-yourself wagon. Crafting your own jewelry is where it is at. Keep it simple or go all out with glitz and glam. It's up to you because you're making it. You can even learn how to crochet and make yourself a hat or scarf to accent your outfit. The best part, it's rewarding and affordable. And if you aren't so craft savvy like me, there's another option for you. You can support local artists or hop on Etsy.com for handmade bags and jewelry. Just call yourselves Anna Winter. And we'll have links to all of those looks on our social feeds, so head to our pages to check them out. This has been your weekly edition of Fashion Fix Friday. We are live, and Raquel, who's looking incredibly sexy in her silver and black outfit, has news at the moment.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. I just follow your fashion advice. That has me going. So, Jeff, this next story is just for you. Backstreet's back as dads take a look at their brand new music video for No Place. So this super cute video is a glimpse into their lives as family men now. The group's new album, DNA, is out January 25th. And Jeff, what do you think of the video?
I like it, Raquel. Do you guys think it'd be cheesy if I went home and did a little something with my family?
Oh no, I really hope that you do like your own mix with like the boys and Jordan, and you're like singing to them.
And then like that song's in the background?
Yeah.
I'll produce it. I'll direct it.
And you know what? Lawson is so cute with his little guitar and his Paw Patrol hat. He could be like the musician in the background.
He does like the instruments.
But what boy band move would you do? Like what instrument would you play? Like what would you do? You gotta do a little something.
See, I'm more of a man band right now.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
okay.
It'd be all about the kids. It'd be all about the kids.
Cute. See, you could be the new, what were they, like that Jackson 5, or you could be like, you know,
Schroeder
something really
5.
cute, like a family band.
But there's only 4 of us.
So, okay.
The Schroeder 4.
Yeah, the Schroeder 4.
Man, we need a better ring. We're working on it at the break.
Okay.
Coming up on DBL, a new series is uncovering the methods to Houdini's magic. See a stuntman attempt to recreate some of those famous death-defying tricks. Look at that.
Scary.
All that's next.
You saw the docuseries. You've met R. Kelly a number of times. What do you think about everything here?
I believe you, I believe her, and these women deserve to be heard.
I know many of you watched Surviving R. Kelly on Lifetime last night, much like I did. And as someone who's from Chicago and was in the Chicago radio scene, I would say that it's hard to find someone who doesn't know someone who knows R. Kelly if they don't know the man himself. I myself ran into him on numerous occasions in Chicago. He lived down the street from my college campus, and he would often be in the vicinity. I was in an R. Kelly video. I've been to his home in Olympia Fields. I've never had a relationship with R. Kelly, and there's never been anything that has been personal between us, but there's so many rings of truth that I think we were all willing to overlook. And coming from Chicago and that music radio scene, I think a big part of it was the idea that here you had this genius, this musical legend, who not only was from Chicago, rep Chicago, but also stayed in his city. And I think that there was a really concerted effort to either overlook or protect that legacy, because so many people would have been incorporated and wrapped up in a larger scandal. But after watching that documentary, I realized that I too, much like many other people, were complicit in overlooking and celebrating someone who was absolutely victimizing young women. When Wendy Williams said that he was hiding in plain sight, it's not as though we didn't know what the rumors were. It wasn't as though we didn't speculate as to what was actually happening. I think that it was easier to believe that people were gold digging or people were rumor mongering than to believe that something actually was happening. But when Andrea Kelly gave her testimony, I believe her.
Harry Houdini. Earlier, our own Sam Shocker talked with 2 very special people behind the fascinating docuseries. Let's check out a clip from Houdini's Last Secrets.
The most famous escape artist of all time, Harry Houdini's illusions are still a mystery today. Science and Houdini's great-nephew recreate his deadliest illusions. A magician never reveals his secrets, but we will.
Please don't try it at home.
George Hardin and Lee Turbosick, thank you so much for joining us here at Daily Blast Live. Lee, you're a magician. George, Houdini is your great uncle. So cool. How did the idea for the docuseries all come together?
They kind of approached both of us last year and told us about the idea of the show and how we were going to go on a kind of a journey around the world and explore the life and the intimate secrets of Houdini. And how do you say no to that?
They wanted to look at the science behind Houdini's apparatus and how he did the tricks. So we had to engineer it, and we did.
Wow, that's very interesting. I can't wait to see the engineering aspect of it. Lee, each episode focuses on you performing a different Houdini stunt. How nervous were you? Let's talk about some of the risks involved.
It could be nerve-wracking at times. I was putting myself in his shoes, trying to recreate these things today using the tools that Houdini actually had. And that's what the science behind each trick really was.
Yeah, because the thing is, no one knows how Houdini did all of his famous tricks. So you guys had to come up with your own strategies for pulling them off, am I right?
You're correct, yeah.
That's right. But we did have the help of historians, collectors, magicians, and Houdini's own journals. We had access to this, and so we did our research.
Incredible. And George, your grandfather was also an illusionist. I read that your dad didn't tell you about the magical past of your family until you were 10 years old. So what was your reaction as a kid when you discovered that about your family?
One day, my sister found an envelope addressed to Harry Houdini Hardin. My dad was named after Houdini. And we went to him and said, "What's up?" And he told us a story about being related to Houdini. I asked him why he didn't tell us before. And he didn't want me running out into the street telling everybody I'm related to Houdini, because who's going to believe that? It's just too far-fetched. And so he was protecting me.
Yeah, it makes sense. I know 10-year-old me would have ran right into the street and yelled from the rooftops, "I'm related to Houdini." So I understand why your dad did that. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Houdini's Last Secret premieres on the Science Channel this Sunday.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
We are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
Well, Jeff, Britney Spears just announced she's taking an indefinite work hiatus. She's going to be taking care of her father, who is recovering from a life-threatening illness. This means her upcoming shows in Vegas will be put on hold. Her dad, Jamie Spears, is responsible for saving Britney's life back in 2007 after facing some mental health issues of her own. He became her conservator and still serves as a person in charge of her finances. She made the announcement posting this childhood photo with her family. Britney says she's grateful her father is alive, but stresses there's a long road to recovery ahead.
Thank you, Raquel.
We love you, Britney Spears,
Yep.
and family. Get better soon.
Absolutely.
For you all.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we'll be right back.
But when Andrea Kelly gave her testimony, I believe her. And the reason why I believe her is because I had one just brief interaction with her. But it was such a memorable day in my life that I remember having the conversation over and over with a few of my girlfriends. And that conversation was, would you ever be willing to give up your personal freedoms in order to live that type of lifestyle? And the reason why I was asking that question is because I was asked to bartend for her birthday party, and it was a big party. It was big in nature, but small in size. Small dinner party for less than 20 people. R. Kelly had flown in every first chair from all over the world to perform in this one-time only orchestra where he wrote and sang songs to his wife in Italian. And it was so beautiful. And I remember feeling so privileged to be a part of it. But to hear her talk about how things went from charm to control, I remember watching her that day. She never made eye contact with anyone, no men other than Robert and a couple of the guests and the orchestra were allowed in the room. That's why it was so important that I bartended. There were so many things that were a controlling aspect that we all talked about it like, maybe that's just the way fame is. Maybe that's just the way money is. maybe that's how they do it. I certainly didn't grow up that way. How would I to know? But to see someone as dynamic and as intelligent and gifted as Andrea Kelly coming forward with this testimony when there's really no upside for her, but the upside of possibly saving so many other victims and survivors, I had no choice but to be reflective of my own self, which is why I am donating $1,000 to A Long Walk Home, which is an organization that's Chicago-based, used to mobilize young people in order to help victims of sex trafficking and survivors, young women and young girls. That $1,000 is symbolic because it was $500 that I made that night from her party, and the other $500 comes from my compensation for the music video. And I would encourage you to go to @A Long Walk Home and find out more about this organization, because I don't want any young girls and women to feel victimized or feel like they are not heard or thought about. And I certainly don't want little black girls to think that we have forgotten about them.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We love sharing your comments, and we have a lot of them tonight. #Fun Friday.
Yeah, we go.
That's a new thing. So James Jackson, YouTube says, hey, Jeff, Brendan, and Stephanie, happy first Friday of 2019.
Hey.
I like that. Rock on, dudes. That's what he wrote.
Yeah.
Put up some fingers for this guy. Cindy Carter on YouTube says, love Jeff, your straight up no bowl opinion.
Hey.
I like it.
Hashtag Big
No
Jeff
bowl.
in the house.
Brandy Sprung, you three are the best. And Ellis Walker, knowing Jeff, I would figure he's watching the Bears versus Eagles playoff game on Sunday.
Prediction.
Is that
prediction.
right?
Well.
Give me a prediction.
Prediction, Bears 27, Eagles 10.
Oh!
Boom. That's right. Bears are putting up points and shutting down
There
the
we
Eagles.
go. Welcome back to the playoffs, man.
Feisty.
Welcome back.
Ooh, you throwing stones? Yeah, welcome back. And we're Bears here this whole week.
I saw it.
Yeah. Who are you cheering
I've
for?
got no idea who the Bears or the Eagles or the,
So give a prediction.
the Unicorns or whoever else is
Give a
on.
prediction. Bears
Come
versus
on, come
Eagles.
on.
What's
Bears
the score?
versus Eagles. Eagles, they're going to win by 100 to 10. I don't know what that means, but go Eagles!
All right.
Woo!
Wow. Stephanie Jones is dead to me. We'll see you guys same time, same place next week. Have a great weekend, everybody.
That was meant to be an Eve. I don't know.
So this is the part where